So Corey solved the problem in my absence. In the last video, that was even before the micro squirt. Actually, we never videoed any of that. Yeah, so it was running like garbage.
Yeah, and we thought it was losing sync maybe or something. I had cut some teeth off the cam trigger, so I only had one tooth on the cam trigger, and I thought maybe I cut it off in the wrong spot and the timing was off. Even though we were checking it with the light and it seemed fine, I just wasn't sure. And we ended up. I ended up getting a micro squirt box and wiring that to the engine because I just wanted to get rid of some issues and just see if that would make it run better. And everything was fine with that. I got that to work on just the crank trigger only, and I had it running, but it ran like garbage still, and everything seemed fine. But the fueling was inconsistent.
Just it pretty much ran exactly the same. It ran
exactly the same as before, like where the fueling would just change. But it also sounded like it would gradually get worse, so we thought it was something like with the timing or something walking away. The ignition just wasn't stable because it was a brand new set of injectors I had. I got a set of set of EV6 truck injectors from like a Vortec truck, like a 2010. They're a little taller, but I put them in, started on the micro squirt, ran perfectly fine, no issues. The motor ran perfect. So pretty much traced the problem down to the injectors. I knew one of them was bad from testing. We figured out one was bad, but the rest.
Yeah, that's right. After the micro squirt, we switched two of them and we lost cylinder two.
Yeah.
We switched 1 and 2, and one still wasn't firing, but then we additionally lost 2 when we swapped them.
Yeah, so I put the set of, they were like 30 pounders or whatever they are, those EV6 ones. Ran fine. So then I bought a set of Bosch 210s, a set of 8. From Summit Racing. They're through VS Racing. They're the same length as the 1500s, so I got different adapter harnesses, but put those in, no issues. I've had it out now now it's running on the stock coils and everything. I put new plugs in because I was getting a misfire at like 10 pounds of boost, so I gapped a set of Heat Range 7 NGKs, gapped those at like 22. So it's been good on like 18 pounds. I'm gonna try and I have a 4-port boost controller coming. I have a 3-port on now. I'm gonna do a 4-port, try and maybe run like 21. I don't feel like changing the spring, but yeah, the Holley's working good. Just the only weird thing once in a while is the map sensor all of a sudden just reads like 300 kPa all of a sudden. I've switched like 3 different ones on, so I don't know if it's in the plug end, which I've switched. I put an old style map sensor on now too, because that's all I really have. I don't have the new ones. I don't have like one of those. So worst case, I have an issue in that map sensor harness, but everything else seems perfectly fine. And it only does the map sensor issue like first time in the morning or something. After that, it seems fine when you're driving around, but that's one thing we have to watch out for. But everything else is pretty good. I put a shift kit in the trans because I was driving it, and wide open it shifts the 1-2 like real garbage, but cruising it's fine. So I put a shift kit in it, the Transgo kit, and so far seems pretty good. But yeah, I mean, the Holley's been working good on here. But worst case, if I have trouble getting more boost out of this thing off the line, I may switch the turbo to like a ball bearing billet one. I think this is a 70 turbine. I might go to like a 66. I think they make a 67, 66. Dual ball bearing billet. That might help me out. I'm so close to that threshold, but we're gonna mess with some timing and other things later on. Me and my brother are gonna do that, but you know, at least it's running. I think it's around like 18 pounds of boost right now, so we'll see how the trans shifts now. We're gonna go to some local car show today. Haven't had time to get to the track yet. I'm going away Monday for like a week, so it'll probably be another few weeks till I'll even get to the track. But we're getting there now.
You showed off next to the rest of the high dollar cars at the car show.
Yeah, people like seeing the swap because they don't even know what it is. And they know it's a newer engine, they just don't know what it is or where it's from. And it actually looks pretty good under the hood, other than I didn't clean the engine bay. It looks like garbage, the engine bay. Like I never power washed it or anything. Like the engine's clean, but the rest of the stuff looks like total crap. But yeah, we'll give it a shot.
Yep. See how it does with the shift kit now.
Yeah, hopefully it has gears. It moves back and front and back, so.
It's good for a start.
Yeah.
lag of that turbo.
Yeah, it feels laggy for what it is, doesn't it?
I think it comes on good though.
The converter's tight. The converter holds good. That's why I said it might be a little smaller in the turbo.
Yeah, it doesn't really come on like the top of first, it feels like.
Yeah.
It might be different from a launch.
Yeah, if I can get on a two-step.
Don't realize it.
About a week later, the car went on the dyno. In the last few cars you've seen, Corey hasn't done this, but he wanted to make sure that, being that these motors are a little bit hard to find, that all the bugs were worked out on the dyno where everything can be monitored real well. And it went really good. The first pull was on 12 pounds and it already hit 450 horsepower right off the bat. Then each pull from there gradually went up as everything was fine-tuned and the boost increased. This is the final run. The car ended up on 23 pounds of boost, and it made a final total of 538 rear wheel horsepower. Too bad for a junkyard taxi engine from Australia. Everyone's pretty happy with it. Everyone's pretty happy how the car turned out too, especially compared to how it was when this all first started back in, winter, spring, whenever it was. Hopefully the next video will be the car at the track, and hopefully all the rods will remain in the engine where they belong.